This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.
TV's off.
This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.
This is TVM's Metro Update. I am Juliet Ogimonyi. We begin in Delta State. Delta State is grappling with a surge in deadly land-related violence, with at least 10 people killed in the past 6 months across Aniocha North, Oshimili South, and Ughelli. The most fatal incident occurred on May 19th in Onitsha, Olona, where Kingsley Osodi Ogugwa and Tankraya Mekwute and Wuzia were allegedly murdered during a land clash. A petition to the Police Service Commission by human rights lawyer Otto Obi Okafor accuses Chief Jerry Chukuma Nkweshe, known as Babies, and armed associates of orchestrating violent attacks, including shootings, kidnappings, vandalism, and intimidation. The group allegedly stormed the community in 4 Sienna vehicles, firing at residents. In Okwe, Oshimili South, tensions flared after 3 Hausa men were reportedly killed by suspected land grabbers, leaving 15 injured. Their leadership is demanding 3 billion naira in compensation. And in Ughelli North and South, a renewed boundary dispute between Ejekota and Oto Ewu left 3 people dead and several injured. Chief Inkweshi denied all allegations, calling them false and malicious. The Delta State Police Command warns that land disputes have become one of the state's biggest security challenges. Spokesperson SP Bright Edafe confirms 4 deaths in Okwe attack, describing it as a criminal incident. He warns that the violence will continue unless communities abandon the culture of taking land by force. And still in Delta State, the chairman of Orissa local government area, Comrade Agbate Yiniro Isaac, has praised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for reportedly directing the Nigeria Port Authority to relocate his operational office to Warri. He described the president's action as heroic and courageous, noting that it will help revive activities at the Warri port. Agbate Yiniro also commended Delta State Governor Sheriff Oboriwori for his tireless efforts in ensuring the president's directive becomes a reality. According to him, the move reflects strong collaboration between the federal, state, and local government towards improving socio-economic development in the region. In a statement issued in Warri, the local government chairman assured that his administration is ready to provide every necessary support for the NPA to implement the relocation without delay. He encouraged the importers, port users, and stakeholders to take full advantage of the federal government's decision to decentralize NPA operations, stressing that the policy will boost economic activities in Warri South, across Delta State, and throughout the South-South region. Agbata Yiniro added that the directive would create more job opportunities, and further support Governor Oboriwori's push for Deltans to participate in the export of local produce. He also applauded the governor for completing the multi-billion naira Trans-Warri Ode Ishekiri bridges and access road, describing him as a leader who delivers on his promises. The executive governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oboriwori, has earned fresh praise for his ongoing infrastructural initiatives across the state. In a statement signed by Ambassador Engineer Prince Okemute Innocent Ogbon, the governor was lauded for major projects including flyovers at NRA Junction, PTI Junction, DSC Roundabout in Uwe, as well as the Ughelli flyovers and numerous other developments across Delta States. Ogbon described this project as evidence of purposeful and visionary leadership, noting that the governor's developmental agenda has positively impacted citizens across all communities and age groups. And now to Edo State. The Edo State Governor Monday Okpevolo has appointed Dr. Patrick Ebojele as his new Chief Press Secretary. Dr. Ebojele, a veteran journalist, media scholar, researcher, lecturer, and public administrator, replaces Mr. Fred Itwa, who has been relieved of his duties and will be reassigned. The Secretary to the State Government, Musa Ikilo, conveyed the announcement in a statement Thursday night, highlighting that Dr. Ebojele's appointment is aimed at strengthening communication between the government and Edo citizens. The goal is to ensure transparency, clarity, and effective dissemination of government policies, programs, and activities. Dr. Ebujele brings to the role an extensive and distinguished professional record in media practice, public affairs, and academia, reflecting the administration's commitment to effective governance and public engagement. And the Oba of Benin II has firmly dismissed plans by separatist agitators to carve out new states from Edo land, declaring that no part of Edo will be ceded. The monarch made the statement while receiving members of the Edo State Boundary Committee, led by Deputy Governor Dennis Idahosa, at the Oba's Palace on Thursday. He assured the federal government and other authorities that Edo land would remain intact. Oba Ewa expressed surprise at the recent surge in self-determination agitations, linking it to a rebellion staged by suspended Enigi, including lower-ranking members of the Benin Traditional Council. The Oba pledged his support to the Boundary Committee, describing his members as distinguished personalities from all 3 senatorial districts, and prayed for their success. Go ahead and do the work well. However, I want to say that this committee should not allow an inch of the state to be taken away for any reason, he stated. State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Roland Otaru, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, also praised Oba Ewa, noting that he remains one of the most respected traditional rulers in the world. Deputy Governor Idahosa, speaking earlier, sought the Oba's blessings for the committee's Dwa mandate set up by the Governor Monday Okwevolu. He highlighted injustice by defaulting oil companies regarding corporate social responsibility, assuring that all unlawfully ceded Edo resources will be returned under the guidance of the Oba. Idahosa further noted that out of 187 intra- and interstate boundary disputes, 90% were inherited from past administrations, explaining that unresolved conflicts between former officials contributed to the accumulation of these cases. And Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi has condemned reports that President Bola Tinubu distributed Toyota Land Cruisers, Hilux trucks, and Oma buses to state coordinators of a political group, the renewed hope ambassadors ahead of the 2027 elections. Obi described the move as profoundly insensitive, criticizing the use of public resources for luxury vehicles while Nigerians face hunger, unemployment, insecurity, and lack of basic services. He said leadership should focus on healthcare, education, food security, and safety, not political theatrics. He called the act a misplacement of priorities and a betrayal of public trust, emphasizing that Nigerians deserve empathetic, prudent, and accountable governance. And President Tinubu has sworn in retired General Christopher Musa as the new defense minister. The ceremony took place in Abuja with high-ranking military officials and top government figures in attendance. The News Agency of Nigeria has more reports. The federal government has reaffirmed plans to expand immunization programs and revitalize 8,000 primary health centers under the 2024 to 2028 medium-term framework. The news framework, beg your pardon. TVN's Metro updates return after the break. Do stay tuned.
At DSAG Engineering and Services, we anticipate, manage, and deliver. Since 2000, we have been a leading EPC company, ensuring customer satisfaction through quality service and timely delivery. With integrity, proficiency, and innovation at our core, we provide world-class solutions tailored to your needs. From engineering designs and construction to procurement, manpower outsourcing, and maritime supplies, DSAG delivers excellence. Partner with us today. Visit www.dsag.net or call +23 4807 254 8724. DSAG Engineering and Services, anticipate, manage, deliver. At DSAG Engineering and Services, we anticipate, manage, and deliver. Since 2000, we have been a leading EPC company, ensuring customer satisfaction through quality service and timely delivery. With integrity, proficiency, and innovation at our core, we provide world-class solutions tailored to your needs. From engineering designs and construction to procurement, manpower outsourcing, and maritime supplies, DSAG delivers excellence. Partner with us today. Visit www.dsag.net or call +23 4807 254 8724. DSAG Engineering and Services, anticipate, manage, deliver. At DSAG Engineering and Services, we anticipate, manage, and deliver. Since 2000, we have been a leading EPC company, ensuring customer satisfaction.
Welcome back. President Tinubu has sworn in retired General Christopher Musa as the new defense minister. The ceremony took place in Abuja with high-ranking military officials and top government figures in attendance. The news agency of Nigeria has more reports.
I, General Christopher Musa, retired, OFR, do solemnly swear.
President Bola Tinubu has sworn in retired General Christopher Musa as the new Minister of Defense. The President administered the oath of office to Musa in his office at the State House, Abuja.
Congratulations.
Tinubu described Musa as a fine gentleman whose track record in service positions him to drive a more integrated national security response. The new defense minister's appointment comes less than 48 hours after the resignation of his predecessor, Alhaji Badaru Abubakar. With the swearing-in now complete, Musa assumes full ministerial duties as the Tinubu administration pushes to consolidate recent gains and accelerate reforms aimed at delivering lasting peace and national stability.
My immediate priority is to make sure that defense takes its place fully in the country. The synergy between the armed forces, and other security agencies, and all Nigerians being carried along, as we have always said, that security is everybody's responsibility. It is that synergy that we need to build on and work on it, and that's what we're going to. And I can assure you, within the shortest possible time, Nigerians will see results. I want to use this medium to appreciate all Nigerians. Nigerians have shown me love, and I will guarantee them that I am going to work whatever it takes to ensure that Nigeria is secured.
Okay. Look, I mean, everybody knows what the problem is. We just need restoration of normalcy in this country by any means possible. And I think that this job is in very good hands. It does seem very clearly that the president wants to reposition the issues of security, and I think the situation is in very good hands.
The brief ceremony was attended by top government officials, including Senate President Godswill Akpabio, National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, and the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris.
The federal government has reaffirmed plans to expand immunization programs and revitalize 8,000 primary health centers under the 2024 to 2028 medium-term framework. The news agency of Nigeria has the story.
The federal government has reaffirmed plans to expand immunization programs and revitalize 80,000 primary health centers under the 2024-2028 medium-term framework. Minister of State for Health disclosed this after the Federal Executive Council meeting chaired by President Bola Tinubu. The minister said the council's approval ensures community of key immunization programs introduced by the administration.
To join the Honorable Minister of Budget and Planning and other ministers here to highlight Mr. President's continued commitment to human capital development as captured in this 2024-2028 MTF. It means that the more than 4,000 PHC that have been revitalized, an additional 8,000 that are on stream to be revitalized, can be sustained. The commitment to ensure that immunization programs are funded from the MTF means that we can scale up some of the innovative immunization programs that Mr. President has introduced. For example, the introduction of human papilloma virus to protect our young girls against cervical cancer, which has seen over 14 million Nigerian children immunized.
Salako stressed that the administration remains focused on policies improving citizens' well-being.
The novel introduction of combined rubella and measles vaccine, which has seen close to 30 million Nigerian children immunized in less than a year, can be scaled up in the coming year. So basically, is to highlight that Mr. President's commitment to social welfare, which touches the average Nigerian directly, continue to be sustained.
The Department of State Services, DSS, has arrested a doctor allegedly transporting drugs from Sokoto to kidnappers in Kwara State. A statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Rafiu Ajakaye, says the suspect was intercepted in Jebba following intelligence on criminal activity. Authorities warn that health facilities in forested areas may be targeted by armed gangs seeking medical care. Kwara has recently faced multiple kidnapping incidents as these attacks highlight ongoing security challenges in rural areas. A pregnant woman, Aisha Najamu, died at Tura Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Maternity and Children's Hospital in Katsina after a health worker allegedly refused to accept a bank transfer for oxygen payment, insisting on cash only. Witnesses state that the cashier declined to process payment or issue a receipt because transfers are against hospital rules. Efforts by bystanders to pay, including offering a $100 note, were rejected. The woman reportedly cried for help until she died around 11:30 p.m. on Monday. The hospital management said they had received no formal public complaints aside from one submitted through a human rights group, IHRAAC. Representative Aminu Kofa expressed condolences and promised an investigation. Officials defended the cash-only policy, citing state TSA Treasury single account guidelines that forbid transfers into personal accounts. They also said the hospital lacks POS machines and struggles with oxygen shortages, often sourcing supplies from Dora local government area. Head of pharmacy, Usman Salisu Wada, admitted oxygen supply is limited and suggested the cashier may have over-adhered to policy out of fear of misconduct allegations. However, there are broader issues in state health facilities, including poor emergency response and rigid enforcement of internal rules, which discourage patient patronage. And to international news, in the United States, health advisors to President Kennedy are set to vote on whether to drop the long-standing recommendation for most children to receive the hepatitis B vaccine. The proposal marks one of the most significant potential shifts in U.S. childhood immunization policy in decades. Supporters of the review say vaccination guidelines should reflect updated data and risk levels, while critics warn that rolling back the recommendation could increase preventable infections among young people. The advisory panel's decision is expected to spark strong national debate and could influence future public health policy across the country. Heavy rains in Sri Lanka's central east have prompted fresh landslide warnings as the death toll from Cyclone Ditwa rises to 607. The National Building Research Organization warned that continued rainfall could could further destabilize slopes, urging evacuations in high-risk areas. The number of missing people fell to 214, while over 2 million have been affected. Floodwaters around Colombo have receded, reducing residents in state-run camps to 150,000. President Anura Kumara Disanayak described the disaster as the island's worst natural catastrophe and announced plans to seek larger International Monetary Fund bailout funds to aid recovery. Military and volunteers are helping with mud clearance and rebuilding, while reconstruction costs are estimated at $6 to $7 billion. Tourism is gradually resuming, with stranded visitors rescued and hotels reopening to support recovery efforts. And now to some business news. Wall Street opened on a quiet note this Friday as investors head back from making major moves ahead of a long-delayed and closely watched inflation report, a report that could influence the Federal Reserve's next step on interest rates. At the opening bell, the Dow Jones inched up 28 points or 0.06% to 47,879. The S&P 500 gained 9 points or 0.13%, starting the day at 6,866. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq Composite rose 63 points or 0.27% to open at 23,567. Market analysts say the muted start reflects investor caution as all eyes remain on the upcoming inflation numbers that may define the Fed's policy path for the coming months. In a move shaking the entire entertainment industry, Netflix has agreed to buy Warner Bros. Discovery for a massive $72 billion. This deal earns Netflix control of some of Hollywood's biggest and oldest franchises, including Game of Thrones, DC Comics, and Harry Potter, dramatically shifting the balance of power in global entertainment. The valuation puts Warner Bros. Discovery at $27.75 per share, and the total value climbs to over $82 billion when debt is included. Netflix is also putting forward a $5.8 billion breakup fee, while Warner Bros. Discovery would owe $2.8 billion if the deal fails. Netflix says it expects between $2 to $3 billion in annual cost savings by the third year of closing, but critics warn the industry is facing a double risk: fewer independent studios, fewer films in cinemas, and potential job losses, with some calling this even more concerning than Disney's takeover of 20th Century Fox. The deal is now set for intense antitrust scrutiny in both the US and Europe. And in sports news, William Troost-Ekong has announced his retirement from international football after 10 years and 83 caps. Troost-Ekong made the announcement in a post on his X handle on Thursday after representing the Netherlands at under-19 and under-20 youth levels. He recounted how a 2015 phone call from the late Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi changed his life and opened the door for him to make his senior debut just a month later. The 31-year-old highlighted several milestones, including a bronze medal at the 2016 Rio Olympics, appearances at the 2018 FIFA World Cup, and 3 Africa Cup of Nations tournaments, culminating in a memorable run at AFCON 2023, where he scored in the final and was named player of the tournament. While stepping away from the national team, Troost-Ekong made it clear that this is not a final goodbye, noting that his work within Nigerian communities will continue along with his passion for the Super Eagles. And that's all from TVN's Metro Update. I am Juliet Ogemoyi. You can watch us on the go on TVN's app, accessible on Android Play Store and Apple Store. Follow us and interact with our social media pages. Like, subscribe, and share. And remember, your environment is a part of you. Do keep it clean.
This is TVM. TVM delivers breaking stories, global headlines, and the moments that matter. From exciting sports action to exclusive local events, we keep you connected. Celebrate our culture, people, and voices with powerful documentaries and inspiring stories. Experience premium entertainment, from trending music to urban lifestyle and beyond. Grow your spirit with life-changing messages and uplifting perspectives. Lead the way with bold conversations, fresh ideas, and thought-provoking shows. Wherever you are, whenever you want, watch TVM on all your devices. TVM, your world, your network.